In today's video, I'll show you how to turn beef, turkey, or lentils into a base recipe that can be used for cuisines from all around the world on a weeknight. Welcome to Wholly Prepped, the channel where managing a home and meals is efficient and simplified, so you have more time and energy for the hobbies you enjoy and the people you love. One of my favorite components to have in my fridge in reserve is some all-purpose beef. Pre-cooked beef holds really well in the fridge, it freezes extremely well, and with this recipe can be used in a wide variety of dishes. Pre-cooked ground beef also thaws much faster than raw beef. To get the most bang for my buck out of my time and money, I like to buy large packages of ground beef, 4, 5, 6 pounds at a time, and then cook it in my largest pan. What you're seeing here is going to be 2 different days of cooking. The first is 3 pounds of ground beef. The second time I am cooking 3 pounds of ground turkey. At the very least, I'm going to chop up onion and garlic, salt and pepper to add to the ground beef, usually 1/4 of an onion and a clove or 2 of garlic per pound. That is honestly enough to have just some basic ground beef in the freezer ready to go. I like to take it the next step and add some bell peppers, some carrots, a little bit of paprika and oregano. A little goes a long way. We want the flavor to stay flexible, but it really makes a big difference in final dishes when you're trying to rush in the middle of the week. A great way to stretch your budget, or if you're trying to stay vegan or vegetarian, is to cook up some lentils and some barley. They boil for about the same length of time, so they cook together well, and the barley has a nice chewy texture, and the lentils are pretty mild in flavor. They make a great either addition or substitution for ground beef. I usually use them 50-50 with ground beef just as an extender and to get some extra fiber into the dish, and that it's a shortcut worth taking so that you can get a lot of variety without having to follow tedious recipes. For me, good enough is just that, good enough. So with the disclaimer out of the way, let me show you how to use what will soon be your new favorite freezer prep. You'll see me in a second make some lazy baked spaghetti, but I really like the shortcut of taking the ground beef and putting it in a hoagie with some provolone cheese and a little bit of those pickled Italian vegetables. I'm sure it would be better with a nice long slow roasted chuck roast or something like that, but the sandwich still hits with the ground beef. Sloppy Joe is one of my favorite ways to use the lentil mix. And you can see here we had that one night with some roasted vegetables on a sheet pan. I also like to just turn the meat into a burger bowl with some bread and butter pickles and a little Thousand Island dressing. That also hits the spot when you need something quick and kind of light and summery. And shepherd's pie can be a really quick put together with a bag of frozen vegetables, those mashed potatoes that are already prepared in the refrigerator section. Just assemble. It can even be done on the weekend and put in the fridge on the day you need it. So convenient. I love some takeout. Some Chinese food, some Japanese, a little bit of Thai food. But I don't want to have to pay for it. And I like to have some control over what I'm putting in my food. So cooking at home is a great way to do that. And now that supermarkets are doing such a good job of carrying, curry powders and garam masala and ras al hanout, you can really get some international flavors right in your own kitchen. I love that I can take the ground beef and instead of having a 45-minute beef stroganoff, I can have a 15-minute beef stroganoff, just as long as it takes me to cook the noodles and heat the sauce. And of course, tacos, I'm sure immediately came to mind when you saw me stirring the onions and bell peppers together. Leave a comment sharing your favorite way to use ground beef. I've either talked about or given ingredients for something like 14 ways to use the beef or turkey mix. I have one more for you. We love a Reuben sandwich, the sauerkraut and the sort of Thousand Island Russian style dressing. Pastrami is something like $10 a pound at my local grocery store. And this ground turkey I was able to purchase for $3.33 a pound on sale in July of 2024. I'm going to add some coriander and some mustard, some of those classic pastrami flavors, and then we're going to put that on the toasted buns with the sauerkraut and the dressing. And my entire family licked their lips and wished there was more. It turned out really good. Now, was it the best Reuben sandwich ever? No, but it was a darn good dinner.
Can I help?
You want to help add the meat?
It's funny. Do I scoop it out? Ew, it feels mushy.